Hi hermits of YouTube, it's your bun Harley. We are back with a brand new episode today of me playing through Sumeru. We are back in the desert and we are investigating the disappearance of the village keepers. We are colluding with alhaitham, with Sino, with Dia, with Candace, and we're trying to find out what happened to these people and what the academia is up to. I'm very excited for this episode, so please enjoy.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot
What,
to tell
Camo?
you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
Yeah, she's standing right in front of us, Paimon.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Okay.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
Yeah, where is alhaitham?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful?
Tell Candace and Dia everything you've learned.
I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are
Interesting
known around
names.
these parts.
I feel like I've heard these names somewhere before. Have I?
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King.
He's listening.
Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia, you're amazing! You really know this place inside and out.
But Dia, Huh? Dia's winking at me. Maybe I should stay quiet for now.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier
Yes,
for
you
me
do.
to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebat with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
All right, sounds
This is all very sus.
Sino, please don't take offense. I'm sure Dia just wants to help everyone solve their problem as quickly as possible. That's why she can be so straightforward at times.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see. Well, from the way you were staring out into the distance, I thought you might have been mulling over Dia's words.
No, I'm used to being treated that way.
She's so
It's
hot.
natural to fear strength. I take no objection to it.
Candace, have you ever considered that you are so fucking hot? Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered that I would love to marry you? No? Okay. Anyway.
Need to watch out for any signs.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
We've
I
seen
know what
more
you mean.
wild things.
I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us.
Thanks for doing that
Sumeru
over the
is run by
cutscene, Stella.
wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
It's racism.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
I understand how she feels.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to
Who are
find
you?
out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Okay. Ask Dia's acquaintances for clues.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Something like that. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
Fuck buddy? What?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen
You're-
Edgar, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
You're on the other side of the wall.
Of course I have. Matter of fact, We were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I can
You
find
can
them?
trade me some spice.
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle.
I'm so
They'd
confused
be a
as to what
good
is
fit
happening
for
here.
escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Okay.
I really would recommend going there.
Yeah, like, they are the academia side of the wall. Because the wall's literally here. That, no sense, but okay. Nope, okay. Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
This is sus. This feels like we're about to get ambushed.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
Yep, called it.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
I thought Dia knew what
And
she
you
was
left
doing.
the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars. All because of some baseless rumors?
She has a little, like,
Anything else I'm missing out on?
thigh bulge here
See?
that I'm very distracted
There you
by.
have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries
bunnies,
are driven by
actually.
Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Okay. Wish we got to play as Dia.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Okay.
Following orders.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Oh, wrong button.
Propagate! Stand with me. I'll settle this. Germinate! Scatter!
Oh. That was fucking easy. Okay.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you
I thought
heard
that
we
was
went
sus.
to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Do you knock Saki unconscious? Oh my
Okay,
god.
that should be
Please
all of
do
them.
that to me. I mean, what?
So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
So there's names you mentioned.
You mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
So who is the ducktail bearded crook?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Oh shit.
So he's a radical too?
Hi Dom, how you doing?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well,
I'm doing
that's an
good.
expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries
Thank
only
you, I
care about
appreciate it.
Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
I don't think you're that kind of person.
What makes you so sure?
Because even without an employer, you're still helping us out.
Dia,
Got him.
do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And
Shit
unlike
happens
them,
in everyday life
I
too.
can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Kind of a base state. Pyrite conservativity. People get offended by everything. They lose their minds because see two goats holding hands. Someone wants to defend foe. Like, hun, you get offended
This
by
should be all
yeah,
of
that's
them.
true.
I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too.
No, I would
She's been
love to
guarding
help
our own
out.
village for
I would
quite some
love
time
to
now.
help out very
If
closely
anyone is
actually.
qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
Sounds good.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Eavesdrop.
You heard the question. Now answer me.
Yes, mommy. You've like, yes, I am. I absolutely am.
You heard the question. Now answer me.
Okay. I'm fine. Everything's fine. No, she's I mean, yeah, she could step on me too, but it was the other one.
Right on time.
Oh, shit. It was like the blue purple haired one. Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of
I
responsibility.
respect it.
Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well,
She's very
Paimon
hot.
thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Aw. Oh, hello, Sino. I think you're great
Oh,
too,
Zara's
Sino.
here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive
That
methods?
sounds like torture.
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
You know what? You should. Honestly, you should. I think there's a lot of people who are gay for him.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
This
Gave
is
it away.
this is the waifu.
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps
Oh.
I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. You're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
That voice actor's delivery was so funny. She mastered it really quickly
You fear
too.
death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Pee myself.
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life.
Yeah.
A war would only cause us
Heterochromia.
to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry.
Are you sure?
I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern.
Stream
That's how
recording,
we ended
yeah.
up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping
Same, Dom,
him.
same.
In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
I bet that mystery man is Dottore. I really think that Dottore is helping Scaramouche, like, officially ascend to godhood, and he's getting people on board and selling Scaramouche as the second coming of the Scarlet King, because they don't necessarily know what the Scarlet King looked like. So I really think that he's gonna pretend that Scaramouche is the Scarlet King. Where are the village keepers now?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Oh my god. Do you have any idea who that mysterious person might be?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
Dottore.
I believe
Wait, what?
I may know
That's
what's
basing
going
it-
on.
That was like big juicy
Uncle
gameplay
Anpu.
mechanics.
What do you mean?
Wait, what game is that?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia.
He just knocked them all out.
Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village
Space
keepers
something.
away.
Excellent, thank you.
I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
It's the Toro.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
In Sumeru Cities, Tataria also mentioned King Deshret's resurrection is just the academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I
Why should
thought.
it? No reason.
But what could they
None at all.
want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it.
Okay.
Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back
Why
here
can't
once
Candace come with
everyone's ready.
us? Oh well.
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
So where? I thought Dio was from here. Is she not from here?
What scheme is the academia brewing now?
What a Candace's community, I know, right? By community, do you mean, sex cult? What? I said nothing.
I just hope everyone's all right.
You had nothing. I said nothing. I was completely silent. Oh, hello. We're
Let's
back.
put some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced
He's
thus
just
far.
chilling, reading a book.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
No? We need to vibe with it, oh my god.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Oh my god, do it, please. Go ahead, I won't stop you.
Never mind.
Fuck.
Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
You're being a little bitch, yeah.
We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere.
You're just gonna keep saying nothing.
And treatment!
Maybe he's giving us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
That's very true.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you
All
of my
right, fine.
whereabouts. Not
Jesus,
to
hell.
mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What
Okay.
does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing?
I don't.
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Gandis said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
So you're saying we can find new info from someone we've already spoken to?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being,
This is that
to
idea.
someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention
makes
to
sense.
herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're on it!
I think I know what goes on in this village at night. Well, with any luck, if I get into Candace's bedroom, I mean, what? I have no idea how to get anywhere in this village. Oh, there's a cat. Hello. Rated
Miss
AO
Shawnee,
for AO.
As we discussed earlier,
That's really good.
I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Sure thing. Hi, Miss Shani.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
No,
Why's that?
because it will only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
No, fam. I can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Enjoy your alhaitham.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they
sucks.
despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how
So
I
it's
behave.
racist.
I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
Bruh.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Could you make out where the sounds were coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
We need to check out that hospital.
Yeah, let's go!
Not saying bye, no. Go to the Elzar hospital. grab this chest.
Right now, emerge.
Ow.
Spring forth! Out of my way! Our bond is strong!
Easy. Ah! Let me climb up. Thank you.
Alright, this'll do.
Okay. I did go through here, as you can see, like I've got the waypoint, just to collect the fruit that I needed to ascend Candace, but I basically zoomed through and like didn't fight any enemies or anything, or like get any chests or whatnot, so I think I picked up Dendroculi if I saw them, but that's it.
Sounds good to me.
Fight this on for size! Fly! Dissipate!
That killed all of them. How are you two seeing me? Okay, now. Let's heal everyone up.
Our bond is strong! Is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
I mean, we're in the desert.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Monsters, watch out!
Where? Oh. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, I'm pressing the wrong button! Fuck.
Right here. Right now. Emerge. Propagate! Dissipate! Lightning purify!
He did. Oh, enemy reinforcements. Okay. Oh, Jesus, okay.
Right here. Right now. Just like we rehearsed! Nothing lasts forever. Emerge. Right now. Emerge. Stand with me! Out of my way! Oh.
There we go.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
What were you even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky?
Okay,
or,
bye one.
you know, something like that. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
Okay.
This is the one.
Oh, okay. Paimon, you've seen weirder things in our journey. You carefully search the abandoned hospital.
Hey, alhaitham, we haven't found squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read?
What is he reading
What are you
about?
reading? Let Paimon see.
Seems sus.
Okay, sure.
He's like,
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
The way the voice actor delivered that was great.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either.
Hey! Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Okay. Paimon's the best. Ooh.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's below. Are they being tortured?
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down
Yeah, we
there.
can. We can just get rid of the trapdoor.
Something is off about the interior here.
Like that. I wanted to go loot the fucking building.
As I thought. There's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Investigate the other elemental monuments. Ah, here we go. Oh! Bruh. Alright, you know what? Let's just do this withering real quick. Whoa. The clouds. Oh, okay.
Right now, right here. Germinate! Scatter! Right this on the side! Tight! Our bond is strong. I'm always watching. Right now. Right here.
Ow.
What a nuisance.
Rude as hell. Oh, I missed. Ow! I knew that was gonna fucking happen. Oh, it just disappeared, okay. Ah! Hi, bestie.
Emerge. Right now. Right here. Lightning Purify! Stand with me. Go!
There we are. No, no drops. Okay. Oh. Ooh, precious chest. Hello.
I'll keep this close.
Yeah, you best do, Lumine. You love to see it. Oh, the fruits are back. Let's go. Eh. Okay, now we get back. Oh, money. Please and thank you. Here we are. Ah, here we go. Oh, ew.
Emerge, right here.
With scorpions. Gross.
Spring forth!
There we go. Okay. Whee! No, I would. Oh, fuck.
Emerge, right here. Don't touch me! Try this on the side!
Same, Colo. Same.
I'll settle this. Dissipate.
Oh, more motherfuckers.
Emerge, right now. Propagate! A sight to behold. Right here. Emerge. Stand with me.
Yay. We did it. Oh!
Our bond is strong.
Whoopsies. Unlock. Ooh, ancient key.
Stand with me.
Patient Abbas, male, 23 years old. Mole on the left side of forehead and left-handed. While his condition remains very serious, survival will be difficult without professional medical care. The patient's survivability, once found, immediately inform. Don't give up, stay positive. All beings are under the watchful eye of the divine, so don't ever give up. The rest of the document has been rendered unreadable by weathering. This week's meals. Keep a balanced diet, rest regularly, and maintain a good mood. Monday, minty bean soup, tajin, lunch, curry shrimp, pani puri, dinner. Tuesday, salad, biryani, lunch, fish with cream sauce, potato boat, dinner. Wednesday, shakshuka, bean cake, lunch. The remaining sections are blank. Wait. What? Oh, this week's shifts. In case of emergency, contact the physician on duty immediately. Monday, Ibrahim. Tuesday, blank. Wednesday, Amudi. The remaining sections are blank. Old vase. Oh my god. There seems to be the darkened remains of a stem inside the vase. It was probably used to hold flowers. The words for Aveen are at the bottom of the bottle. It seems to have been a gift to someone named Aveen. No shit. I told you I was lucky. Oops. I was gonna say, I hope I'm not accidentally muted.
Look, there's someone over there.
We need to be careful.
Good idea.
Welcome back, Dom.
Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Oh, I forgot I took it off auto.
Wait.
Bet he's gonna know him.
You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused.
Yeah, it's a sub badge.
But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
Senior. Wow.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
Come on.
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
How did he become like this?
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Dead bodies?
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility.
I haven't
It looks
done.
like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
How do you fail to notice a person? This room isn't that big.
The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, yeah. They're testing it on people. The Aramite guy who went mad.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will
They're
make sure
capitalizing on ignorance
the
and
notion of
bigotry.
an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Yeah.
Oh, that
It's
makes a
easy
lot of
to
sense.
use
It's in line
racism
with
to
the
play
village
scapegoats.
chief's theory too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person,
That's fair, Dom.
that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible.
Oh, shit.
Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
Fuck.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
How did you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind, but something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
No, that can't be right. Most of the mad scholars have made contact with the divine consciousness in the forest. That's what the academia is after. It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and also the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the Balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
No, it turns people insane.
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria
boundaries
are
are
a little
important,
more
yes.
restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Well, we'll try.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Your motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine
Alright,
knowledge
cynic.
capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it.
not
Paimon's
wrong.
really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
Really? Are you sure about that? Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just like so focused on the story. So what do we do
He
with
won't
him?
last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru village.
Bruh. What the hell? Oh, ancient key. Nice. Nothing in here. There is a name inscribed on this bowl, Hakim. I've seen that name before. I don't remember where from though. There's a name inscribed on this bowl, Aveen. If there weren't crooked carvings of Abbas, and sugar jar on them, it would be difficult to imagine that this dirty clay jar was ever used to store sugar. I've seen our bars somewhere as well. And Abbas, isn't that the name of the grandpa? Man, this game has some really sad shit in it. Paimon wonders what sort of treasure we'll find here. The shelves are full of thin books. You browse through them and find they seem to be hospital documents such as medical records or financial statements. You shut the door in disappointment. Paimon thought there would be some special treasure inside. Even the wooden barrels and crates we find in our adventures are better than this. At least those had cabbage or fowl inside. Eh? What's this? It looked like it fell out from over there. Let Paimon see. Maybe it will lead us to treasure. Patient name, Abbas. Gender, male. Occupation, farmer. Basic status at admission. Scabby skin, limb extremities. Multiple ulcers on the back, chest, and other bodily surfaces. Weakness of limbs and poor mobility observed. Do they... Oh, these are from... Oh, this is from when the hospital originally was functioning and they have Elazar. Week 1 of hospitalization. New scabs at limb extremities and enlarged ulcers. The left arm seems unusable and is in pain. Mental faculties are coherent, though there are clear signs of fatigue, poor sleep quality, and poor appetite. Doctor in charge are moody. Week 3 of hospitalization. The scabs are scale-like and have spread across the surface of the body. There is necrosis and multiple ulcers. The patient has fallen into a coma. Shit. Week 9 of hospitalization. The necrosis of the ulcers has been effectively kept under control, and no new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. The patient is in a comatose state. Wow. Doctor in charge blank. Week 15 of hospitalization. The wound from the replacement treatment has not healed, even after a long time. But, yeah, it's not, yeah. No new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. There is weakness in the limbs, and the patient cannot grasp items on their own. The patient is also experiencing... So they woke up from the coma. The patient is also experiencing fever and vomiting. Mental faculties are coherent, though fatigued. Poor sleep and unable to eat. Week 21 of hospitalization. We have started to manage to keep the scabs on the body surface under control, and the new limbs function has been restored. The patient is experiencing chronic coughing and is prone to fainting. Mental faculties are coherent and in a good state. Sleep quality and appetite are decent. Huh. So they replaced a limb. Who is this blank doctor? Elazar is so scary. What does the other document say? Treatment subject, Abbas, gender male, occupation farmer, doctor in charge, blank again. Status, after 20 weeks of treatment, specimen 4's new skin and new left arm have recovered well. No changes in appetite or sleep. Mental state fluctuates beyond the normal range. There have been multiple attempts to leave the care area. God's voice guides me is cited as motivation, and the specimen is believed to have delusional tendencies. Additionally, the God's voice described in the confession is possibly related to the resonant quake phenomenon present in the internal topographic structure of the dunes. Oh, so these are the earthquakes? This should be investigated to rule out ungovernable input interference. Increase supervision. Treatment protocol. The second phase of the blank trial is beginning to see results. The next phase, blank. Objective. Specimen 4's organs, blank. Following extensive examination, sample 3 is the best material for the third phase of the blank trial. Before the implementation of blank, blank is required. Continuous vomiting and skin blank is a normal occurrence. Blank must be prepared beforehand for specimen 4 to maintain the circulation of blank. After completing of the basic blank operation, observe the subject for 1 week. If normal physiological activity is observed in the organs, the rate of deterioration of surface scabs is reduced, and limb function is restored, the next phase of the blank trial can commence. Physician's note: all specimens have one thing in common. Body elemental quantities were at abnormally high levels and were positively correlated with the severity of the disease. After the blank experiment, body elemental quantities were reduced, and samples self-reported a reduction in some symptoms. It is reasonable to hypothesize that there is a causal relationship between elemental quantities and Elazar. More controlled trials should be conducted to exclude redundant variables. Note: the enrichment process of elemental quantities in humans may be dynamically sustained. After the completion of early blank experiments, within a short period of time, specimen 1's physical indicators trended to the norm. In later stages, due to blank not being complete, the quantity of elements in the sample bodies rebounded and symptoms increased, leading to specimen 1 blank could not be recycled from... I'm sorry, what? Could not be recycled from materials? Information obtained. Preparations must be made for long-term trials. Blank cannot be stopped before the symptoms... I'm assuming that means Elazar. Before the specimen's symptoms have stabilized. Due to the nature of the trial, there must be a method to stabilize the sample's moods. Removal of blank may be attempted. Following the new method, the material rejection rate has been significantly reduced. Specimens 2 and 3 developed mental instability due to associative connections to fundamental inequalities of blank, and tended to attribute the disease to unverifiable divine punishment, consequently considering it blasphemy to accept blank as treatment. It is a very interesting thought. Exploring neurostimulation and the resulting cognitive shifts could be a future research topic. Due to the above uncontrollable variables, they halted at stage 2. A shame. However, the materials provided by these 2 samples were the best quality materials so far. It is reasonable to believe that the perfect performance of specimen 4 is related to the material quality provided by these 2 samples. Ultimately, once the 3-stage experiment was completed, specimen 4's symptoms disappeared completely, proving that it is possible to use blank to control the elemental content of a person's body without relying on elemental power. There is potential for weaponization. Discussions of research on blank have to be increased in the future. Humans have unlimited potential. It may be foolish for me as a researcher to write this, but with enough input, I might be able to reach the level of a god, or so people might call it. This has to be Dottore. This has to be Dottore. Paimon didn't understand a thing. I didn't get it either. Paimon only understood the part that goes, God's voice guides me. Does that mean there'll be unique voices guiding us here? It could be underground water flow or creature activity. Yeah, who knows, there might be some underground ruins. Let's listen for any sounds and take a closer look when we hear something. Oh. Did we take the things with us? No. We did not. Oh, the things that are like in here. The messages that are on the walls are probably related. That makes sense. Though people don't want to mention his name, nor do want to remember his words or deeds. Yeah, it must be Dottore because I haven't fully read the manga, but he was experimenting on kids and injected Kale with dead god juice. That is an incredible emote.
We're back!
Hiya.
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
You didn't notice?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
You tell everyone what you saw in the abandoned hospital and share your current theory.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. since divine cant and knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst.
Hmm.
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
Huh?
Alhaitham?
Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Care to share your thoughts?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
He's grassing us up?
What's that supposed to mean?
He's a snitch?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
Rig looks so weird.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra?
Oh!
As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia
Oh, so he's not betraying
It's
us.
not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they
But
have a
he's
special
specifically
protocol
being
for
monitored.
dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia
Nyagarbaha.
enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough
Clearly
to be
they are.
added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Exactly.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
Anywhere he wouldn't go. One step behind him.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
Caravan Rabat. You're getting smarter, Paimon.
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Now we're babysitting a kid, okay.
Yay! Let's
Alright.
go! Remember to pack some food with you. Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
What do you mean?
I'll be awaiting your good news.
What else will you be awaiting, my queen?
Please, stay safe, everyone.
Okay. Hey, kid. Oh wait, what? There's this whole other area that I never went to before? I just went in that little bit? Okay. Scarabs, oh scarabs, where are you? Scarabs? Huh? You don't know what scarabs are? They're the most awesome bugs ever. They have the coolest shells, the coolest patterns, and they shine the coolest gold under the sun. I've heard the adults say that scarabs contain something truly amazing, put inside them by King Deshret himself so that they can protect us. I mean, doesn't that just sound like the best thing ever? Could you tell me more about King Deshret? Well, I don't actually know that much myself. Some adults say that we should believe in the Dendro Archon, and others say that we should believe in King Deshret. Do those gods just not get along or something? King Deshret has the coolest scarabs, but those adults who tell me to believe in King Deshret always sound so annoying. I don't like them. I've heard that King Deshret once had loads of awesome animal friends. Sheep, wolves, and what was that again? Well, whatever the case, how could he be an unfriendly god if he was such good friends with the animals? But if that was true, why are the people who believe in him so unfriendly? Make sure to be friendly to others. Yeah, that's what I think too. A friendly person has got to have the coolest bug. Speaking of which, you don't have any scarabs yet, do you? Come on, I'll give you a few. And may they protect you and those around you. Well, that about wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed. That was a very interesting episode. We found out a little bit about what is going on with the village keepers. We found out that Cyno's being monitored and that the academia knows that he's looking into them and so they're avoiding him. We also have lost Dia. She has wandered off. So next episode, we're going to find out where she went to. We're going to take Isak with us and we're going to see if we can save the village keepers and find out what the fuck is going on. As always, like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.